Hey guys, welcome to Sideline Thoughts. I'm John Greenstein, your host today. I'm here with Gio Galvez and David Reyes. And today is a special postseason day about baseball. I don't know if you guys are ready to talk about some Dodgers. Like they didn't do too good. That's all I have to say. Like they just really wet the bed. Did you guys watch any of it at all?
I saw the first, second inning, but it was pretty much done by then. I think it was what was already 9-0 at that time, right, John?
yeah, yeah, it was. It was pretty bad. Kershaw literally had his worst performance in October ever. Like he's had some bad ones, but this one, it's not like number one on the list. I want to say
Mhm.
it just looked like an old man out there. Didn't do anything right, and it was sad because the Dodgers are gonna really have to rebuild that pitching staff. They have a couple guys, but like right now they're not good enough to win the World Series with that pitching staff because they have too many injuries and they're kind of messed up right now in that whole front. Gio, what's your thoughts on the Dodgers?
Dude, I haven't been liking Kershaw for a long time. Even years ago, people were like, "Oh, Kershaw, good. Kershaw's no." I never liked Kershaw. I never thought he was good at all. I always thought they should, let him go when they had the chance. Dave Roberts always been a problem. No matter what it was, it's always, you know, which pitcher starting or which pitcher brings in from the bullpen, certain play call. It's he could never do something right. And the fact that when he started Kershaw, knowing that Kershaw's just coming back, right, and you starting him, bro, what are you doing? Like, why do you hate the Dodger fans? Why do you do this to people? How do you expect to win with someone who really hasn't been playing like good enough baseball for a while now from coming back to be like, okay, he's gonna be our starter in the first postseason game? Like, what led you to this? Oh yeah, because we've known Kershaw can't play in October. We've known this. Like, I don't get the issue. 11-2. When I last saw the score, it was 6-0. 11-2. I don't get it. Good thing Bobby Miller should be starting today. I believe he is, but like that
Yeah,
that
he is.
that's for, at least for once Dave Roberts made the right choice instead of going back on Kershaw.
But I think they should take Kershaw out of the rotation. If they can end up winning this series somehow, they should literally take Kershaw off the
I
playoff
agree.
roster and just put some young guys in there and see what they can do. Like Pepio, they got Ryan Pepio, they got Emmett Sheehan, they could throw in there. They've got what else do they have? I mean, I think they just have like three or four guys right now, just because they're super strapped from injuries. Like they don't have Dustin May, they don't have Tony Gonsolin, they don't have Walker Bueller. They've really like are hurting in that front, and their bullpen's not really good either. So like the Dodgers lineup really has to carry for them to do good in the postseason this year.
The offense has to carry.
Yeah,
But I got
Like,
a question though. Should we really be surprised how the Dodgers performed? Because after
no,
last year, they won like 111 games, correct?
yeah, they
And
didn't really
then
do
they,
much to improve. They just had a shitty division. Like they played the NL West, which I mean the D backs are good. I mean obviously they're showing they're a little better right now, but their records obviously not the same thing because the Dodgers played Colorado a bunch. They played a bunch of crappy. I mean everyone played the same teams this year, but like I don't know, man. Just the Dodgers do really good in the regular season, but they just can't hold it together when it comes to the postseason. They're just like falling apart. Like, well, they did have Julio Urias in the beginning of the year, but he messed up and screwed the Dodgers over by doing
but
some
he wasn't
stupid
doing well
stuff.
either.
No, but I mean, he would have been nice to have like another arm, just because they don't
it
really
would have been
have.
better than Kershaw.
Yeah,
Mm.
just because
Like, no matter
Kershaw's
how bad he
horrible.
was doing, just better than Kershaw.
I could hit Kershaw. He throws 80 something down the middle. Like I could hit that.
Look, the truth is, no, David, we shouldn't have been surprised now in October, but we should be surprised at the score of the game. Because look, I understand Dodgers losing in October. It's kind of a normal thing now. That's not and them playing bad. That's not what surprised. The surprise is that you allowed 11 runs on the first game back, right? And you were only able to get two. And at some point, it was gone before you even got 2 runs. Like it wasn't like 4-2, 6-2, and then it went off. No, it was 6-0 at this point. Why? That's what's surprising. That's what shouldn't be happening at all. I understand if you lose like 4-2, like I said, okay, close game. Maybe it was a couple players on base, like they didn't get any home runs, but they got runners on base and they came in, or they hit home runs. Understand, but 11, nah, that literally tells you Kershaw should not be resigned at the end of his contract. This is this year, right? The end of his contract, and then Dave Roberts. I think Dave Roberts should have been gone about 3 years ago, but he's still here.
He's not going anywhere, unfortunately.
No.
Just because injuries play a factor in all of this, So, like, it's the same thing with the Yankees, like Yankees with Aaron Boone. It's the same situation. Like, Yankee fans hate Aaron Boone because he gets them to the playoffs, but when they get there, no success. Same with, like, the Dodgers and Yankees are, like, in the same situation. They pay these guys, and they have a bunch of young guys who just aren't ready yet, some of them. And it's just kind of, they're both, like, similar in situations. Like, they're obviously better than the Angels and the A's. Like, I'd rather be a Dodger person, like, up there, like, in the management than Angels, obviously, because you have a team to work with somewhat. Like, you have a farm system. Unlike the Angels have nothing. Just barren, burned to the ground. Nothing left.
Since you're comparing the Angels and Dodgers, and you mentioned that how the Dodgers have a weak division. How well do you think the Dodgers would do in the Angels division?
I think they'd be like a 90-win team, not a 100-win team, like 88 to 90-win team, because they play the A's and Angels a lot, and they could destroy them. And then the Mariners, they swept this year, the Dodgers, so they're obviously better than Seattle. The Texas and Houston would be a tough matchup for them.
Those are the tough ones right there.
Yeah. But who would they take out? Like Oakland out of that division? Just put the Angels and Dodgers in the same division? Like, wouldn't that be weird? They swapped the A's for the Dodgers and put the A's in like the NL West.
Nah, Dodgers.
That would be a terrible NL West.
Yeah,
San Francisco will pay for that.
No, I know. San Francisco, like, oh, cool, I got a ticket to the postseason now.
Yeah.
Them or Arizona. That'd be the only teams.
It's all right. Angels and Oakland already don't get into the postseason, so just leave the Dodgers in it now. Stop the Giants from making the postseason. That's all they need. That's all California teams need.
Well, the Giants have done their time. They've won their rings already. They've done a
won
lot
3.
more than the Dodgers have in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, at least with World Series success. Not playoff success. Like, the Giants have only made it like 5 times on an even year. I think it was like, was it like 2010 they won, 2012, 2014?
I believe it was 12 as well.
Yeah, 10, 12, and 14 they won. And then they made it 16 to like the LDS. So, like, it was a whole thing going. It was every even year they would make the World Series. Except for the 2016 year, obviously. The Cubs won it that year. But,
that was a
good
season for them.
They've had their fair share is what I'm trying to get at of success. So, like, the Dodgers don't measure up to that yet. Even though they have a bunch of division titles, which mean nothing. I think they're pretty much pointless. Like, cool, you won your division, but you didn't do shit in the postseason.
No, you're right. They are pointless pretty much, unless, like, as a ball club you really haven't won them, or barely even have one. Then okay, division title is cool, but for Dodgers, it doesn't mean anything.
But yeah, guys. Did you guys watch any of the other postseason series at all, like Astros Twins or?
I was watching a little bit of the Astros and Twins yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you like about it, like the game, David?
Well, at least compared to the Dodger ones, at least Houston showed at least a little bit comeback. At least they tried.
Do you know?
It wasn't enough.
Did you see Pablo Lopez dominate the Astros? I'm sure that was a good feeling, just seeing them not do anything against the Twins. Because the Twins actually, I don't know if you guys know this, it was like a whole streak going for the Twins. They haven't won like a playoff series since 2002. It's been over 20 years since they had been out of, like, I think they won a playoff series. That was the last time. That's what they were saying on Fox. They haven't since I think it was the A's was the last team they beat in the LDS, and then they lost to the Angels in the American League Championship Series when they won the World Series that year.
Yeah, because I think it was I heard something about that, but I think because they went to the play. No, 2002 was the last playoff win, but I think they went to the playoffs in the early 2010s.
No, they made the playoffs a bunch of years,
Yeah.
but they haven't won a series. Is what I'm
Yeah, they
saying.
haven't won a series until
They've won a playoff game, but it was like 18 games straight. I think in a playoffs they won. They haven't won a game. Is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Because they played the Yankees, they would get swept. Like I think they played the Yankees like 3 or 4 times in a row, and they got swept every time. And that's embarrassing. I mean, the Yankees are good, but like they weren't that good.
It'd be amazing if Twins could just win this series.
If they do, they have a shot against Texas. Texas Rangers are probably the most dangerous offensive team in the American League. You can see that right now. They can score on anybody. Like they have the deepest lineup in the American League.
Orioles choking this.
Well, the Orioles have just a bunch of young guys. You can't blame them.
Going down 2-0.
The Orioles don't really have a chance against Texas. It's not a fair matchup.
Last chance.
They're gonna lose. They're gonna get swept, I think. That's my opinion. What's up?
Just one more game. Just one more game. On Tuesday. Yeah. It's gonna decide it all. Oh, they're gonna play in Dallas, so.
Yeah, in Texas, so like they're gonna win probably.
Is he Corey Seager?
He walked 5 times yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that stat. They walked him like intentionally 5 times.
Dude.
Because he's a really good hitter, but like I guess the Orioles don't trust their pitching.
Well, they gotta play smart, figure it out, because they're gonna face him again tomorrow. So.
And you know what's looking right now? It looks like the Phillies, if they win tonight, they could be back in the World Series this year again.
Dude, Phillies is such a tough team, but
they have a balanced team. Well, Phillies are a bad matchup for Atlanta because the Phillies have great pitching.
Like, yeah, but Atlanta's so strong. At least offensively, they're so strong.
Yeah, but Zach Wheeler is really good, and so is Aaron Nola, who's pitching tonight. Like those two pitchers are dominant. Like so you don't want to face those guys.
Philly should have beaten the Astros. Like they really should have won that.
They might make it again this year, and it might be Phillies Rangers possibly. That's my guess this year. I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen. Man. If the Phillies can get past this round, the Phillies beat the Braves, they're going to the World Series.
Oh, 100%. The winner of this series is going. The winner of this series is going, no matter who it is.
Yeah, Dodgers or D-backs aren't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Like the Dodgers, cool. You got to the LDS. That's cool for you. I mean,
I think it's the same for the Orioles and Rangers. The winner of that series goes to the World Series.
I think the Twins have a shot.
They have a shot, but I don't think that they'll be able to beat them.
They could beat the Orioles, the Twins. The Rangers, not so much. The Orioles
just see Houston winning the series. That series.
I just don't think Houston's good enough to go to the World Series.
No, but
I just don't want Houston Minnesota. There.
Just because Houston doesn't have like the pitching this year. I mean, Verlander's good, but he's old now. He's not the same pitcher. Like, I don't know why they made that trade, the Astros. They literally screwed themselves over. Like, they didn't need to give up their farm system. They still would have been good without Verlander. But yeah. Any more thoughts on the postseason, guys? All right, well, let's get to some football now. So we got the Cowboys-Niners game from last night. I watched that debacle. Dak looked like a interception father, quote from Shannon Sharp. That's Shannon Sharp says. He's like, he's my interception father because he just throws 2 picks a game, and it's like the defense has to get 2 picks back to even it out. Like, I got to get 2 freaking pick sixes just to have the Cowboys win the game, you know? But Gio, how much did you watch of it?
Dude, I saw the whole game. I saw from start to finish. So Niners came out strong. The first drive, they've scored on the first drive all 5 games of the season so far. Continue doing it with the touchdown by George Kittle. Great drive. and then the defense coming, getting the sack. I believe they got two. I know they got one for sure, but I believe it was 2 sacks in that first defensive drive for the Niners. Just playing strong, playing dominant. At first, Dak Prescott couldn't get the ball out of his hands on time. You saw he was waiting. That's what led to the sacks. You saw these players weren't getting open. CeeDee Lamb was covered. He was locked up for almost most of the almost all game. He had CeeDee Lamb only had 4 receptions for 49 yards. Obviously, no touchdown. The one touchdown came from Cavante Turnip. He had one catch, which was the touchdown, it was a 26-yard touchdown. But other than that, dude, this Niners defense had 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, and a forced fumble. Unbelievable. They played great. They played strong. It took the Niners a little bit to get scoring more because on the first they only got the one touchdown in the first quarter. Second quarter, you got 2 more. Like I said, I play fantasy football. I had the Niners defense. They saved me. Christian McCaffrey, oh my God. Only one touchdown, and I get it. He scored in 14 straight games, counting from the Carolina Panthers to the San Francisco 49ers. Since he's been there, he scored at least one touchdown in 14 games. But he could have two. He fumbled on the 2-yard line. He fumbled the ball. He could have scored again. But this shows how great all around the Niners are because they're like, okay, normally we try to push, McCaffrey to get, good amount of touchdowns, try and get him good amount of the yards. We get the ball to Ayuk, we get the ball to Debo. Once if we need to, we'll get the ball to Kittle. And this game showed, okay, the Cowboys defense worked more on stopping Christian McCaffrey in the run because we saw Christian McCaffrey wasn't getting his usual yards. So then that allowed the passing game, and Brock Purdy was just slinging it, especially to Ayuk and Kittle. They're the ones getting the ball most of the time. The passes they ran a couple, I believe, like 1 or 2 run plays with Debo, and then a couple catches for him. Debo himself had he rushed for he did 5 carries, so that was a couple. I told you at least 2, but I remember seeing 2. But he rushed for 5, got 30 yards just rushing. Catching, he got 3 receptions for 55 yards. He still got 80 yards in total. He got the ball 8 times. George Kittle, I mean, like I said, this team showed that if Christian McCaffrey's not working, we have other 3 guys that we could get the ball to. Brock Purdy just plain and simple. He didn't have, like they always say, oh, he's 100% his passes. No, this game he was 100%, but he got the passes down, the ones that needed. George Kittle only 3 receptions, all 3 of them led to a touchdown. Juice, he also got a touchdown after Christian McCaffrey couldn't score on another later on in the game. He couldn't score on the play, so they looked like they were gonna run a play where Jusic just is a halfback blocking for Christian McCaffrey, but instead he ran out to the right. Christian McCaffrey ended up being the blocker. Purdy got it out to him. So it was a great play, great trick play. Jusic also played a little receiver. Got the ball a couple times, got 4 catches, 26 yards still. So overall, Dak Prescott, well, the Niners defense, great pressure, great everything, forcing them. Of course, the Cowboys did get down the field. They got the touchdown. They got the field goal. But they did get down the field without scoring as well. But just keeping on Dak Prescott, we saw as he got a little more comfortable around the second quarter, the third quarter, he was getting the ball out a lot quicker. But it just wasn't that good at all. It wasn't at all. You could see he wasn't shining under the pressure. And they took him out in the last 9 minutes left in the game. They put in a Cooper Rush to play the rest of the downs. So just terrible game for the Cowboys, honestly. But it's the Cowboys. Well, they're gonna be bad, and I'm glad I know I'm not a Niners fan. I really not, but glad a team was able to put them in place. Arizona, now San Francisco, and they didn't do it lightly. They made sure to get these to continue pushing it down. Just real quick, Dak had more interceptions than touchdowns. He had 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown. He threw for 153 yards and had 14 total completions. Tony Pollard, the Niners defense were able to stop Tony Pollard from even doing much. Tony Pollard had 8 carries for only 29 yards. Deuce Vaughn, the rookie out of Kansas State, 3 carries, 7 yards. Brandon Cook had one carry for 6 yards.
Gio, who cares about Brandon Cooks?
But he was actually involved in this game. That's the reason why I'm bringing him up.
Yeah, but
Because
screw
they
him.
had to get him involved because CeeDee Lamb was getting locked up.
We don't need to
All
focus on
these other
Mr.
players had to,
Cooks.
but Michael Gallup had to get involved. 2 catches for 15.
He
CeeDee, like I
was
said, he still
non-existent,
led.
Michael Gallup, bro. He was
He
non-existent.
still led. 4 receptions, 49 yards. Tony Pollard had 4 receptions, 34 yards. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, had 3 receptions, 28 yards. And Brandon Cook had 1 reception, 7 yards. Almost had 2, but he ran out of bounds on it. So that was the point that the Niners had everyone locked up, that other players had to get involved.
Niners have a great defense. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
And David,
But-
what were you going to say about that?
So I was trying to interrupt Gio, but he just kept going, knocking me away.
Dude, I was in the thought.
I'm
Go
actually
He's in the
ahead.
excited for
zone.
I'm excited for the Cowboys next game.
The
They
Chargers.
play the Chargers, and the Chargers. I'm sure they're gonna take advantage of Dak Prescott's weakness, insecurity.
It's still going to be a tight game. You know that.
Well, knowing the Chargers, then yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm sure they should win. Well, they should win, but
It's in LA too, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's here.
but that doesn't matter anything. That doesn't matter anyways.
It's a
Are you
Monday
going to
night
the game?
No.
No.
You should try to go.
Brandon
Oh,
went
no,
to
those tickets are
yesterday's game.
expensive.
Brandon went to the Eagles game yesterday versus
Yeah,
Rams.
Brandon's got money. That's why.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I don't know his
Um,
stuff, but yeah.
I do want to go. Hopefully this season.
I mean, that's the game to go,
man.
man.
You should go to one.
No, I'm probably getting in fights with the Cowboy fans. No, they're telling me to go too.
They want you to go, man. The dogs are just like,
Chargers
there
Lions
you
game,
go.
that would be good too.
Chargers Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean that is a good game.
That's gonna be a really good game too. Yeah, David, I don't know if I could say exactly that Chargers are gonna win. To be honest, I not enough confidence in it. Unless Eckler's playing, then maybe they have more of a chance. But yeah, going back to it just real quick, I'll just say, look, Niners are playing as a great team. The issue is, are they gonna be able to just keep on playing this great? Because I think, eventually we're going to see at least Niners have one bad game where they just end up just beating themselves up. Brock Purdy's probably going to throw an interception or two. Defense is not going to play their best. Maybe a couple fumbles. Christian McCaffrey may fumble the ball here or there. Debo or Ayuk or whatever the situation is. I feel like every team has at least one game where they kind of just have a bad game.
What should be next week's game against the Browns?
And the only thing for the Niners next week?
Yeah, that's the next game. The Browns.
The Browns? I don't think so, but it could be. It could be.
I mean, you least expected.
So yeah, though I think a lot of Niner fans should be hoping that bad game does not come during the playoffs. Because honestly, that'd be the only thing, in my opinion, that's stopping them, other than the Eagles, who the Eagles would have a chance of matching up with the Niners. Other than that, Niners would be blocking themselves from winning the Super Bowl.
The Niners could obviously go undefeated, guys. That's the way I see it. I mean, they could. I think Seattle actually has a chance to beat them.
I mean, there's gonna be that one game or two.
I think it's gonna be Seattle, bro. That's my guess. It's gonna be one game. It's gonna be Seattle. I'm hoping that's gonna happen.
It honestly can. I mean, Seattle has a history of beating the Niners,
and Seattle's not bad this year. I mean, as long as Geno Smith can show up. I mean, I think this week will tell a lot when they play the Bengals, if they can beat good teams, because they've been playing some pretty mid teams besides the Lions. The Lions was a great win, but we'll see if they can beat the Bengals and all the other good teams they have to face. I think they play like the Steelers too. They play the Ravens. Yeah, they gotta keep up with them.
We'll see how the Seahawks do. But looking at the Niners, their schedules, the rest of the schedule is the Browns, the Vikings, the Bengals, the Jags, Buccaneers, Seahawks, and then this is the possibility of the first loss, in my opinion, in December against the Eagles.
Those are all tough games, honestly, except for Vikings. I think those are all.
Vikings is not hard.
Yeah, everything else is
would
decent.
be too hard for them.
Well, We'll see. The Bengals might be healthy now.
Maybe. But then after the Eagles game in Philly, okay, so after the Bucks game, 'cause Niners host the Bucks, they go to Seattle, play Seahawks, then they fly to Philly to play the Eagles, then they fly back home to host Seattle, the Seahawks, and then they're playing Arizona in Arizona. Then they come back, host the Ravens. Then they go to play the Commanders, and then they end the season back home against the Rams.
There's a couple losses they could have in there, maybe actually.
I think 1, 2, maybe, and that's
I think
because they go
2 is the
1-1 with
most.
the Seahawks.
2 is
Yeah,
the
it's most
I
most.
likely
think 2 is the most.
Yeah, they'll be
Or
15
Seattle and the
2.
Rams.
Seattle and the Rams.
I don't know about the Rams, man.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that Rams one.
I think
I got Eagles.
I think Eagles and Seattle
hmm
is the most they can lose to, because everyone else is winnable. I mean, if the Browns had Nick Chubb, I'd say they had a chance against the Niners, but
Nah.
they don't have shit.
No. So some other games throughout. Big one, the game for Nathaniel Hackett, the New York Jets versus the Denver Broncos. New York Jets get their second win of the season, 31-21. Broncos establishing themselves as arguably one of the worst teams in the NFL this season. Worse than the Texans, like worse than what people would have thought, worse than the Panthers. Even though Panthers don't have a win, I think they're still better. Like just look at how they play, they just look like a better team.
Well, yeah, the Panthers have played great teams, except for the Vikings. That was the only
and that was the game
bad
Panthers
loss.
almost won.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Broncos terrible. You know, they're lucky they're in the race for that first pick with the Cardinals, who are, you know, looking really good, and the Bears, who finally got the first win. We'll talk about them real quick after, but just looking at it real right now, I mean, Zach Wilson kind of being Zach Wilson. He threw for 190. He has 199 total yards, 1 interception, no touchdown. He completed 19 out of 26. Brees Hall, comeback game. He carried 22 times, 177 yards with 1 touchdown. And Dalvin Cook had 6 carries even with 23 yards. Receiving, Tyler Conklin, 4 receptions, 67 yards. Garrett Wilson, 3 receptions, 54 yards. And so like this, but it was the Jets defense that essentially won them the game. The offense only had 1 touchdown. The defense, especially in the last minute with Williams hitting the ball out of Russell Wilson's hand right there for Bryce Hall to get the ball, take it to the end zone, and just win the game by 10. They were up 24-21 when that happened. Unbelievable. Now Broncos, Russell Wilson, 20 for 31, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns. The running games did not work out that much. The only touchdowns were to Adam Trotman with 4 receptions, 26 yards, and to Jaylee McLaughlin with 3 receptions, 21 yards. So yeah, and then the defense with the 1 touchdown. So this, like the Jets said, we saw in the beginning of the game, they said it was personal because the Broncos said Nathaniel Hackett was the reason why they were bad last season. He was a bad coach and whatever. He became the offensive coordinator for the New York Jets, and now they got the big win for him. Even though offensively they didn't do too great, they still got the win. And the Broncos looking terrible. So David, you guys are Charger fans and you guys wanted Sean Payton. What do you think? Are you guys glad you don't have Sean Payton, or are you still would have taken him over Brandon Staley?
Actually, I'm glad that you brought it up because I don't know how it could have been, because ever since they lost to Miami, the 70-20 score, I'm like, maybe it was a good choice to not get Sean Payton. I mean, one is also the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos are not really that great, but who knows how different it could have been. Obviously, the Chargers do have more to offer, especially with Justin Herbert, and Sean Payton has, in the history of, he did well with the Saints when he had Drew Brees, but I mean, he did just get 1 Super Bowl. I mean, it wasn't really multiple playoff runs, but it was just one.
They had a great offense, the Saints. They had like so many weapons on that team. I remember
Yeah.
Marcus Colston. They had like Pierre Thomas, that lightning running back. And then they had like a bunch of other receivers just like were great. But like you're saying, yeah, like Sean Payton's a decent coach, but he's not Hall of Fame type. I mean, talking about coaches, I watched the Patriots Saints game this week. Bill Belichick's not looking too hot after Mac Jones just literally wet the bed. Literally, he was the worst. I think Zach Wilson's better than Mac Jones right now, in my opinion. That's just
Zach Wilson's looking like it. He's really looking like it.
Even though he's not throwing a lot of touchdowns, he's a little more finesse and accurate than Mac Jones. Mac Jones has gotten 3 points in 2 weeks. That's pathetic. And then that Patriots defense is looking a little overrated, giving up all these points to.
Well, they are a bit injured, but yes, continue.
Yeah.
The Patriots haven't been the same ever since Brady left. Let's be honest.
Bad.
They've never
Really
been the
bad.
same.
They've been very bad. I think the first year after Brady left, they were all right. I think it was understandable. But after that, it was going downhill.
Yeah, the AFC East isn't looking as tough as people thought it was. Just pretty much the Dolphins and the Bills are kind of injured now too, because they lost to the Jags. They lost Matt Milano, who's
in London.
Yeah, it was pretty bad for them. Like their defense is hurting, just like last year. So they're in the same situation as they were last year and this year, and that kind of sucks, because you want to see the Bills do good, honestly, because they've never won a Super Bowl, so you want to see a different team do well.
I want to see Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I feel bad for them because they can't do anything about their defense.
It's always the defense.
Yeah, but when they play a good defense, they can't give up too many points, so it's kind of tough for them. So, like, if the Bills played Niners, they definitely would lose. Yeah. But yeah, that's my take on that. I don't know if you guys have any more thoughts on Mac Jones and the Pats.
As I mentioned, I'm glad Gio brings it up because, one, yes, Brandon Staley is unpredictable as a head coach, and he's not doing well, to be honest. The Chargers are unstable.
Average.
Yeah. And they should be better than what they are. But with Sean Payton, how things are going, maybe it's also Russell Wilson. He's not doing that well.
He's doing better than their defense. That's all I have to say about that. Their defense is just a joke.
There was a video that came out on social media, I think it was like last week or a week or two, where it showed Sean Payton asking one of the guys to cut his sleeves. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's weird.
They ripped the sleeves right off.
Yeah, he's doing the Bill Belichick, just having the short sleeves. And if you go to the comment section, overrated coach, stuff like that. So it's probably a better choice to not get Sean Payton, but personally I do think that they should get rid of Staley. And if you go on social media on the Charger game, after every Charger win, you say good win, but fire Staley. Or just fire Staley. I mean, sadly no one wants him anymore.
It's true.
It's going to happen,
Yeah, it's going to happen. I don't think this year, I mean, if the Chargers do make the playoffs, it's probably just be one game and goodbye. But hopefully by the end of the season, I could probably start scouting some new possible head coaches.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are like too excited about next week's games for football. Like, have you guys looked at it? Any of the schedule yet?
Well, I'm excited.
Besides your game, besides the Chargers game, like
Yeah.
who cares about the Sunday night game? Giants, Bills.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, I was gonna get into that real quick. Just a couple more things I was gonna say.
What else did you want to say?
Just the Bengals Cardinals. Bring this up only because Bengals finally got their second win, and the Bengals actually look like the team that people thought they were gonna be. Now, granted, it was against the Arizona Cardinals, so maybe that's why. But they actually got Jamar Chase involved. Jamar Chase had 15 receptions. Imagine that. 15 receptions, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns with it. Tyler Boyd even got the reception, 6 receptions, 39 yards. Joe Mixon didn't do too great. 25 carries with 81 yards, no touchdown. Joe Burrow threw for 317 yards total, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Cardinals being Cardinals, they're fighting, but they're not winning. Joshua Dobbs, who I started over Justin Fields in my fantasy, he had 166 total yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And so yeah, there's Marquise Brown, 4 receptions, 61 yards, 1 touchdown. Did all right. So I just want to bring it up because the Bengals finally look like the team that they're supposed to be. They finally got Jamar Chase the touchdowns because, like he said last week, he's open. He's always open. He's not getting the ball. So now we see it. Another one, Steelers-Ravens rivalry game, divisional rivalry game. Baltimore just choking the lead that they had over the Steelers. Steelers coming back, get the game-winning touchdown from Pickens to Pickens, from Kenny Pickens to George Pickens. I believe it's like a minute 14 left in the minute 40, something like that left in the game. Game-winning touchdown down the side. Great game. Score was 10-17. Steelers win. Lamar Jackson threw for 236, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Only touchdown came from the rush with Justice Hill. Other than that, they kicked the field goal. The defense for the Ravens was keeping Pittsburgh pretty well contained until the end. Steelers, Kenny Pickett, 1 touchdown, no interception, so that's really good. 224 yards. He played much better than what we saw in the beginning of the season against one of the Niners defense, but even the second game didn't look overall as great, but he still picked it up. Najee Harris, 14 carried, 37 yards only, while Jalen Warren, who's looking like the better running back, 9 carries, 40 yards. George Pickens, 6 receptions, 130 yards, 1 touchdown. He at least looked more like the receiver that a lot of people thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be wide receiver 1 for the Steelers, or there was Johnson as well, so it could have been either one. Johnson's out. Pickens, I expect him to be getting more receptions or even more looks. He hasn't really been getting them, but he made what he was given this week. So that was really good. Joey Porter Jr. on the defense got the interception. So it was just a great comeback win for the Steelers. Want to put that out. And the last one, because we have to give props. Thursday night game, Chicago Bears destroying the Washington Commanders 40-20.
Boo! Who cares about this game?
Yeah, well, just bring it up. The Bears get their first wins.
I don't care about the Bears. The Bears suck.
Them either, but they actually got Justin Fields actually played good. They actually got DJ Moore involved. Justin Fields, 282 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's huge because that man averages like an interception almost every game. Khalil Herbert, 10 carries, 76 yards. Justin Fields even ran 11 times for 57 yards. But DJ Moore, player of the game for fantasy, got 49 points. Jamar Chase, on the other hand, speaking when I was saying the Bengals, he got the 3 touchdowns and 15 receptions. He had about 50 to 52 points on fantasy. DJ Moore got 49, 8 receptions, 230 total yards with 3 touchdowns. Cole Kmet also been playing very well as their tight end. He's almost the second option when it comes to receiving. He is the second option for receiving. Cole Kmet, 5 receptions for 42 yards and 1 touchdown. Pretty good for a tight end. Darnell Mooney, the wide receiver 2 for the team, didn't get anything. And the Bears just traded their third wide receiver, Calais Claypool, to the Miami Dolphins for, I believe it was a 3rd or 4th round pick. So that's all the games there. Now going back to the predictions, John, I don't remember what your predictions were last week for the games, but so far I've gotten 8 right. There's one more tonight, but tonight, okay, we'll get to that. So I did pick Commanders to beat the Bears, lost that one. Did pick the Bills to beat the Jags, got that one wrong. Beat the Texans, beat the Falcons, got it wrong. Lions beat the Panthers, awesome, got it. Got the Colts beating the Titans. Got the Dolphins beating the Giants. Got the Saints beating the Patriots. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. But I had Ravens beating Steelers, but that didn't work. Eagles beating Rams, got it. I had Cardinals beating Bengals, didn't. Got Jets beating Broncos. Chiefs beating Vikings, a game that was close. Niners beating Cowboys, and I have tonight my Green Bay Packers beating the Las Vegas Raiders. I think
They better.
they better. I think it would be.
Well, Garoppolo's back tonight.
Yes, but the Raiders defense isn't that great.
Yeah, they don't have Chandler Jones for the year. It seems like so.
Mm-hmm. So now right. Jordan Love should be. I believe Watson should be coming back this game or next week. So you have Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs. You have AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones. I mean, overall, I just think the Packers look better overall, so I think they should be the ones to get. But Raiders, they're getting Jimmy G back. That means Myers may be getting more targets. Devontae Adams, if he does play, he is questionable right now. Not sure, but it's expected that he will play tonight. And Josh Jacobs. So let's see, how the Packers secondary does, and the run defense is going to be able to stop them. But leading on to next week's game, John, your question: what do we think about next week's games? Starting off Thursday at 5:15, Denver Broncos are in Arrowhead going against the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's going to be a blowout. Blowout.
Yep.
30-point win.
I have the Chiefs. I'm scared for those who fantasy people who have Travis Kelce as their tight end.
I have Mahomes as my quarterback, so I'm going to be set.
Well, there you go. But it was kind of scary seeing Travis, kind of roll his ankle yesterday.
No, he'll be fine.
He was trying to get that first down, but he went back on the field. Then Sunday, we have a game at 6:30 in the morning.
It's going to be at Wembley, right? In England?
Yeah, Ravens-Titans, right? So it's going to be another boring game.
Yes, it is. Let's see, where's it going to be at?
I think it's Ravens-Titans at Wembley. Or it's not, might be in Germany. It's either Munich or...
It might be Germany, yeah, because they have. That's what I'm looking up.
But either way, though, the Ravens and Titans, it's going to be a boring game. It's going to be a field goal game.
They're playing at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
That's in London.
London, yes.
Yeah, it's one of the soccer stadiums.
Yeah, Tottenham, the Hotspurs. Anyways, so yeah, that game's at 6:30 in the morning. That's the third straight week of a game in England. 6:30 a.m. game. I have Ravens being Titans on this one. Hopefully, Ravens can pick it up or not. But I don't take away the possibility of the Titans winning. Back to the normal Sunday 10 a.m. games. Commanders at Falcons. I have Falcons winning that one.
I got Commanders winning by 2.
Okay. David?
That's all I can say. I'm not going to give you a score.
Yeah, probably Commanders. Probably Washington.
Washington?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't trust Falcons.
We're on the difference on that one. Keep in mind. Vikings at Bears. Right now, I'm going Vikings. I don't know.
I got Bears, actually.
Yeah, let's go with Chicago.
Yeah, I think the Bears, since you were saying DJ Moore is so great, let's see him do it.
I didn't say he was so great. I said they finally got him involved.
Justin Jefferson's injured, man. You don't remember that. He's out, possibly. And your dogs are agreeing with that.
Look, Jefferson, whether he's out or not, KJ Osborne,
not enough.
Hawkinson, Jordan Addison as receivers. I mean, sure, you could maybe add Mattison as the running back, sure. But right now, I have Vikings, but I don't know if later throughout the week I'll switch to the Bears. We'll see. Seahawks are going to Bengals. Cincinnati, I'm going to have Bengals. I'm going to see if they're riding with this, finally figuring out to use Jamar Chase.
I got Seahawks by 3.
Mm-hmm.
You have Seahawks by 3. Okay, so that's a nice switch. So that's 3 games we have a switch on. Seahawks are good too. I'm just saying, I think maybe Bengals are going to try to ride on this wave.
Well, we'll see if they have T. Higgins or not. I mean, Jamar Chase might get double teamed because that new corner Seattle's got, Devon Witherspoon, he's really good. Did you see him play against the Giants? Literally just destroyed them.
So good. So
he might neutralize Jamar Chase, possibly. Him with Jamal Adams.
He's a rookie, though.
Yeah, but they got Jamal Adams, him side by side.
But then that means you got Boyd and...
Boyd's non-existent lately.
But
it's either Joe Mixon or Jamar Chase as their little weapons right now.
Yeah, unless, like you said, T. Higgins comes back.
Mm-hmm.
But Yep, that's the thing. I still speaking on Witherspoon, I still think Christian Gonzalez should be taking over Witherspoon.
Yeah, but has he been more impactful than Witherspoon?
Yeah, Christian Gonzalez was like the best defender on the Patriots until he got hurt.
Yeah, like I'm saying, he's not doing anything right now. So,
He's hurt. He's out.
well, that happens. It's the NFL.
Well, whatever. Moving on, Niners at Browns. I have Niners, of course. They're gonna pick this stuff up. Browns.
Yeah, they're gonna win by a lot. I
Yeah.
think it's still gonna be a blowout.
Browns ain't looking too good, especially with Deshaun and Amari Cooper. Should have been better than what we think. They're not looking too good, and not having Nick Chubb. Come on. Panthers at Dolphins. I have Dolphins on this one. Although Panthers has been playing very well, Dolphins just offensively look overall better. Panthers are going to be able to score a decent amount of points, but I think Dolphins overall offense.
And you got 2 Bryce Young interceptions guaranteed.
2 interceptions?
Yeah, he pretty much throws 2 a game, it feels like.
Yeah, I agree. Colts at Jaguars. I have Colts on this one. Anthony
He's out, though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's out for about a month or a little more. Gardner Minshew, I think he's a really good quarterback, especially when he was the quarterback of the Jags. So he's gonna play his old team. I think he does really good, especially with this team. He's just getting everyone going. And now they have Jonathan Taylor back. Zach Moss did really good. I have the Colts over the Jags because the Jags, to me, the reason why they won a lot was just pretty much NTN being able to run in the ball a lot.
They just beat the Bills, man.
I know, but they also, I think they did all right. I think Jags are a right team, but this one I have the Colts on.
Do you disagree, David? Because I do.
I'm gonna go with I agree with them though.
You think the Colts are gonna win?
I think so.
We'll see. Gardner Minshew screws it up or not.
I want to see an upset.
There's one thing to want, but is it gonna happen? Is it
gonna happen? Is the question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I have Colts on this one. Like I said, I think Jags, they have the players. It's just I think Trevor Lawrence should be playing a lot better than what he is, and he hasn't shown that. And we saw how they played against the Texans, and that Texans defense was.
Texans aren't bad.
So they're not. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying we saw how they played against them, and they didn't really do as much. So we see, yes, the Jags have more weapons. They have Ingram. I forgot
Calvin
the name of the tight end. They have Christian Kirk. They have Kevin Ridley. They have NTN, like we were saying. So they have more weapons. It's are they going to get it going, and is the defense going to step up? John, I'm not disagreeing with you. Overall, the Jags look like the better team. I'm going Colts on this one. I just think
Gardner that's fine.
The way they've been playing. The last 10 a.m. game, Saints at Texans. I have Texans. I actually think Texans are going to play very good.
I don't.
No, you got Saints.
I got Saints winning by like 6 points. Because I think they're going to carry the momentum from this week to next week.
That's fair. I mean, now that Carr is back, right? Yeah, it's back. Now getting Olave actually involved, getting Michael Thomas involved, Shaheed getting more involved. I get it. And Alvin Kamara now. Damn, actually, now you got me thinking I might switch it, low key.
Dude, yeah, they got a lot of
I realized Alvin Kamara's back. I realized.
They're loaded all around. They got Olave, they got Michael Thomas, they got Kamara.
All right, I'm going to switch it. Look, I switched it.
Good choice.
All right, so I switched that one. I got Saints then beating the Texans. Texans were a little convincing. But
Texans will make it close, but not close enough.
Because they're playing better than I thought. So I was like, you know what?
But they got 12 points against the Falcons. Or no, not 19 points against the Falcons this week, which isn't not very much.
The way they played against the Jags is like having a team with all those weapons and being able to get the win. Pretty big. Sunday, starting the 1 p.m. games. Patriots at Raiders. At Raiders winning that one, especially with Jimmy G back.
That's like the worst game of the year.
It's gonna be like last year. Last year came down to that.
Is it gonna be another losing Mac Jones where he loses on the last play of the game? Just throws it to the other team.
The game's gonna be over. The game's gonna be over before that.
It's over.
Yeah, that game is not gonna be. 125 Cardinals at Rams. I have Rams winning that one. As good as Cardinals been playing, I think Rams overall just look like
Yeah.
a more rounded team. So
They got cut back. They got
So-
Akua. They got all those weapons now.
hmm so that I think Williams still is good running back right now for the team. So I think they just overall looking better. 125 Eagles at Jets. Jets riding on their high after the big win against the Broncos, but
Obviously, it's
Eagles are going
Eagles.
to come in. Yeah, Eagles are going to come in that ugly turf stadium. The last 1 p.m. game, Lions at Buccaneers. A strong Buccaneers kind of started. Lions have been overall a great team, and who knows if the receivers are going to be coming back this game. Amon St. Brown may be coming back.
Obviously, they didn't need him this last
Braylon
week. They
and-
could run the ball more.
No, that I think that's why they were okay with him not playing. But all this other stuff, I think Lions just overall better team. David Montgomery as well. Gibbs didn't play, but hopefully to try to get him going a lot more now. So that was a good one. 5 p.m. game Sunday. Giants at Bills. I have Bills because Giants have.
By how
been
much,
trash.
though, is the question.
I don't say how much. I don't want to say how much. But honestly, because you asked, I'm gonna go. Actually, I put the score here. Because you asked for the score. I put Bills 35, Giants 10.
I would say 3 for Giants.
I would, but I feel like
I don't
they
even think
might
they can
just
have
get
a.
lucky and get it.
Tyrod Taylor sucks. Because
Tyler
Daniel
Taylor, but
Jones.
Darren
Daniel
Waller,
Jones is
he's
out.
still-
Though.
Look, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt to the Giants and giving them a touchdown.
Tell me Saquon's
If
playing,
this-
it'll be a closer game.
100%. I'm not saying Giants are even going to keep it close. I'm not even saying that. I said 35-10. All right, it's not going to be close.
Did you hear what I said, though? I said, tell me if
Yeah.
Saquon's playing, and it might be close. If
I-
Saquon Barkley's playing.
Shit, you know what? Let's check. I'm going to see what's.
I don't think he is, though, because
I don't
still
think
got
he is at all. Actually, I don't think he is. But
David, are you going to record that game for Sunday night to watch it, like, when you get off work?
Which one?
The Bills-Giants game?
No. Besides, I'm off that day, so I probably watch it, but no, it's not worthy to record it.
Gotta watch it live. I think if the Dodgers are on that night, I'll be watching some baseball instead of that game. That's just me, man. Like,
yeah,
I won't watch
Barkley
that.
right now. Barkley right now is still out.
He's gonna be out for at least 2 more games,
He's
in my
gonna be out
opinion.
for a while. And then the last game of next week, Monday, 5:15, Monday night game. Cowboys here in LA at the SoFi Stadium going against the LA Chargers. I'm sorry, David, but I think the Cowboys are just a better team
What a
overall
hater.
because
What a hater.
not because of the offense, but because of the defense. If Chargers
hater.
offense could beat that defense, then you guys have the win. But
Look at the Cowboys. They fall apart like that.
yeah, but that was against a good team.
Chargers aren't that bad.
They're not
But
that
Chargers
bad.
aren't
They're
that great either.
I know you lost Mike Williams, but they still have Keenan Allen. They still have what's his name, that running back. Is it Eckler back?
Austin Eckler, we don't know yet.
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
He's
Well,
supposed
never
to
mind
be.
then.
He's supposed to be coming back, but
If he's back, I think Chargers will win, but that depends on
I
that.
agree. But right now we don't know. So right now I have Cowboys. I do think it's gonna be a close game. But right now I have Cowboys. I'll be perfectly happy if I'm wrong on that one. If Chargers end up winning. But I'm gonna go Cowboys.
How about you, John?
I like the Chargers in this one by 3 points.
That's a very, very predictable. Most likely that could happen.
I think so,
That could be the
too.
score by 3 points. If the Cowboys even win, it'll be like that much.
It's gonna be like 30-27. Chargers.
But just tell me who does the Chargers gonna put on CD Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb's not gonna even get the ball. They're just gonna be pick sixes to Derwin James.
CD Lamb's gonna get the ball. He's always gonna get the ball at something.
What happened this
The thing
week?
is, who's gonna stop? They still got the ball.
Yeah, but what did he do with it? Got like
Exactly.
60
That's
yards.
different. That's against a good defense. Imagine this is against a good defense. He still got the ball at least 4 times. Imagine with this Charger defense,
Well,
minimum 8 catches. Minimum.
I say 7 or 6. He's gonna get.
And you're telling me not one of those is going to be a touchdown?
I think it's gonna be a field goal. A lot of those are
No,
gonna be
I mean
field.
you have to stop Tony Pollard, the run game.
He'll get a touchdown
That's
because
what I'm saying.
Dak won't screw it up if he
This
gives it
is
to Tony
what I'm
Pollard.
saying. Like, what is it going to be? So yeah, those are the games for next week.
Any other thoughts on football, guys?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
You guys want the quiz?
Okay.
Oh, kind of forgot about it. Go ahead. Yeah.
You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
guess. Yeah, I kind of forgot
How
about
many
it.
times have the 49ers and Cowboys played each other since they played yesterday? A, 50, B, 45, or C, 40?
Is this counting playoffs as well?
All of them, all the games.
I want to say 45.
The options were 50, 45, and what?
40. He said.
Damn.
Yeah. A,
I'll say
50, B,
45.
45,
as well.
and C, 40.
I say
45
45.
sounds right.
45.
45? You
45.
Gio?
Yes, 45.
45?
Mhm.
You're both wrong. It's 40.
That sounds too low.
Yeah, I feel like it would have
Yeah.
been 45 or 50 because they played each other a lot.
They play
Yeah.
each other like, yeah.
There's actually 40 games in total.
Dang.
So number 2, it ties to the first question. Who has won more games? 49ers or Cowboys?
Oh, I'd say 49ers.
Gio?
I'm going to say Cowboys.
All right, so this team has a record of 20 wins and 19 losses and 1 tie. You sticking to your answers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick to it.
Okay, it's the 49ers. John.
God
I was going
damn.
to change it up.
Counting
Dude.
yesterday. Yesterday was the 20th win.
They're that close? I thought Niners were dominant.
Yeah.
So, dude, so that was the. Oh. All right, I'll take that loss.
Okay. Number 3. Since we're in the playoffs for baseball, how many teams have never won a World Series? A, 6, B, 7, or C, 4?
Let me say A, 6.
Giovanni?
6 on. I need. I don't want to. I don't want to pick the same answer as you, but 6 does sound
Yeah, but I
right.
mean, look, you're losing right now. You gotta do.
I'm
Doesn't
gonna go
matter.
6 because it sounds right.
All right, you're both right. It's 6.
Okay, see.
Yeah, I counted in my head who the teams were, so that's why I knew it was 6.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the teams were.
Yeah, the teams are the Rangers, Padres,
Mm-hmm.
Brewers, Mariners, Rockies, and Rays.
Yep.
I was thinking Brewers. I forgot about Padres, but I was thinking Brewers. I was like, I don't think Brewers have one.
John's happy because that's a list that the Angels are not on.
Well, yeah, they've won 1, but they were lucky to win that one.
All right, so which of these 6 teams have never played a World Series?
Damn, that's a little tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
which of those 6 teams? Like Rangers,
yeah,
Rays?
yeah.
Yeah,
I was waiting for your options. I was waiting
No,
for
there's
options.
no
Can you
options.
say the
The
teams
options are
again? I need to hear the teams again.
Rangers,
Okay.
San Diego,
Uh-huh.
Milwaukee Brewers,
Mhm.
Mariners, Rockies, and Rays.
Mariners.
All right, I'm gonna go Mariners. John, you
Yeah, good
could
job.
wait for me to
Yeah,
answer,
yeah.
and then, but I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go Mariners.
Yeah, you're right. You're both good choice. Good choice, Gio.
Yeah, I'm not trying to even wait for John on purpose. I'm just actually trying to think. And John's already there.
No, it's fine.
All right. So John's winning 3-2. Number 5. Like every pop quiz, I always tie it to the Chargers. How many division titles do the Chargers have?
That one's tough.
Yeah.
Do you have options or?
Yeah, I do. A, 10, B, 15, or C, 17?
10.
Damn, bro, why you? I was gonna go 10 too, but it is 10. But you know what? Just to change, I'm gonna go 15.
15?
Mhm.
Lock it in?
Yeah.
Good job, Gio. You tied the game.
Oh,
That was
I didn't think they
15.
won that much. I thought they lost a lot.
oh, we're going
Okay.
tiebreakers.
Yep.
Woo.
All right, number 6. Hockey now.
Great.
What year were the What year were the LA Kings founded? A 1970, B 1965, or C 1967?
I want to say 1967.
65.
Lock it in, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. June 5th of 1967.
Yes.
John wins.
2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
65 sounds too old. I feel like 67 is like kind of
2 years apart. How does that that doesn't make a difference?
hockey. It does.
You guys got
Damn.
lucky. Number 7 was gonna be a political one. I was gonna be not do sports. And that was
Well, I have
Uh,
one question before we end things here today for
Yes.
you guys, for you two. It's just one question only though. It's a fun
What is
little
it?
question. How much does parking cost at SoFi Stadium? Okay, so here it is. C or not C? I'm sorry. A 209, B 229, C 650.
oh, it can't
Wait,
be 650.
but parking for like what?
Like, what's the most expensive parking at SoFi?
Oh
Did you hear me
no,
say that?
because you said parking. I was like, bro, I remember paying like.
I meant to
80.
say
Like, I
expensive
don't know what you
parking.
meant to-
What's the most expensive parking at SoFi?
Does it matter the event?
Well, for football game, it was for the Rams.
Football game? Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you said 2 what? What are the options?
So A is 209, B is 229, C is 659.
I say B.
Yeah, 229.
What about you, David?
229.
Locked in, both of you?
Yeah.
Both wrong. It's 659.
What?
Oh.
Literally for
220.
front parking, it's 659. I looked it up before this. I was in shock when I saw that. I'm like,
For like
who's
one
g-
car?
for one car one car to park? It's called VP parking. A yellow section. It says it must be like literally like right in front of the stadium. It has to be.
It has to be on the stadium. It has to be on the ground, on the field. What the hell?
Or you go in a little parking garage in the stadium. It has to be like something in
Yeah.
there. That's insane.
That's crazy.
I just thought it'd be like a
That's
little fun
insane.
question to like do with you guys because I think it's
Yeah.
crazy that someone would pay that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Like, who can afford that? Bill Gates?
Clearly, some people.
The
can.
celebrities. Magic Johnson.
I still wouldn't pay that if I was a celebrity. I'd be pissed. I'm like, I'm not wasting my money on this. I'll walk. But any other thoughts you guys have before we end things here today?
No, that was it. Congratulations,
NBA
Johnson. You won.
preseason. NBA preseason's here.
NBA preseason,
Regular
you want to talk
season's coming
about
up
for a
soon.
sec?
Huh?
You said you want to talk about the Lakers preseason? Is that what you said?
No, I said NBA. I haven't been watching any games, so I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just saying NBA preseason's up.
Oh, and hockey
tells-
starts October
Yeah,
10th.
hockey's starting. About to say that, so we got more to talk about in the upcoming seasons.
And Prime Day, unfortunately, starts October 10th. I'll be working till like 11 o'clock at night, unfortunately. The next 2 nights, tomorrow and Wednesday. Going to be late nights for me.
All right, but that's all for me.
All right, man. Well, thank you guys. It's been another episode of Sideline Thoughts. Talked about baseball postseason. Hopefully the Dodgers can win a game tonight. Just hoping for the best. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. We'll talk to you guys next week.
See you guys.
All right.